biggest influence for my musical work is maybe jazz. That's where I'm coming from, and that's also the reason why I'm very much interested in the whole improvisational thing, also in electronic music. So I think I'm definitely influenced by all like the big jazz names and also a lot of smaller jazz names. Biggest influence maybe when it comes to electronic is maybe Jeff Mills, who like in a way connected the jazz and the techno thing for me together. So yeah, after his set, I heard his set for the first time, I understood, or maybe I found a path for me that I could go, trying to bring this improvisational thing into electronic music.
Big dude in the house.
Now I'm trying to get into this groove, y'all. Yeah.
For the DJKicks, the idea was to mix records or mix music together that you cannot mix with two turntables. So that was one of the basic thoughts, of course, to do something that is not possible using turntables. Or, yeah, you have to use a computer to do that. There's a lot of music on the DJKicks that I've been listening to for a very long time, and I didn't want to use just something that's just hot this year. I was trying to make something that might hopefully last for a little bit longer. That's why I also selected also very old stuff and tried to just give it a little bit of touch of today by adding some small effects or adding a bass drum or cutting a few things out. I didn't take more of my own ones is it would have turned the mix maybe into a more Henrik Schwarz live CD. There's John, which was released on Sunday Music, the first Sunday Music one, in a special version, Imagination Limitation, the exclusive one for K7, and there's also the remix I did for Cold Cut.
Imagination, no limitation.
I think if you release something, so you make it last in a way, so I want to make sure that the stuff, that the selection is also worth being selected, instead of just doing a mix CD that is like really hot maybe this year, but nobody's going to listen to again next year. My biggest and very early supporter was Zasse from Mood Music, who also released my first record on his label. Yeah, Giles Peterson was maybe one of the first ones who played Marvin at that time in his show Worldwide. That affected like all the feedback that I got. So I got a lot of feedback after the show, and maybe a lot of people have heard it, and since then I'm always sending him stuff, and if he likes it, he plays it.
Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Oh yeah. And before you abuse, criticize and accuse, walk a mile in my shoes.
I'm not necessarily only releasing my own stuff on Sunday Music, it's also Zasse's label from Mood Music. We're doing it together, and there's also his music on the label, of course, too. We're not releasing too many 12 inches on Sunday Music because there's always a lot of time involved when it comes to the development of the tracks. I mean, there's the first idea, which is of course very important, but then we just let the thing lay there and listen to it again half a year later, or work even on it half a year later, or we do another mix. So yeah, it's maybe like a good wine, and when we have the feeling now it's the right time, we put it out. Yeah, the album is still in preparation, as since 3 years now, I think. But there's a good chance that the album is going to be finished maybe in spring.
Today is a brand new day. Forget about the past, let's romance. It's a brand new day, so let's get away, so get on up.
There is a project I'm currently working on. It's together with the Chicago-based Ethnic Heritage Ensemble, and I did a remix for them. The track was called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. And it happened that we met together in Bordeaux because they wanted to try out how it would be to try to perform the remix live on stage. This spring, 2006, we met in Chicago in the studio. We did a few really interesting things, and so there might be more stuff coming from that direction, because that's something very interesting, to bring the old spiritual jazz thing together with electronic laptop production. Really interesting.